हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू लॉ स्टॉर्मिंग प्लेटफॉर्म। मेरा नाम है शालिनी और आज के इस वीडियो में हम डील करेंगे प्रेसिडेंशियल एंड पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट से। वीडियो में आगे बढ़ने से पहले अगर अभी तक आपने लॉ स्टॉर्मिंग चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू सब्सक्राइब। दिस विल मोटिवेट मी टू क्रिएट मोर सच कंटेंट. Now, without further ado, let's start with the video. So, if we talk about the forms of government on the basis of relationship between the executive and the legislature, जो democratic government है, it can be divided into two categories: parliamentary form of government and presidential form of government. अब अगर हम parliamentary form of government और presidential form of government के बीच में distinction की बात करें तो first distinction is with respect to the head of the government. So, presidential government में the president is the head of the state as well as the head of the government. So ऐसे system में जो head of the state होता है वही real executive होता है and he actually exercises the power which the constitution and law confers upon him. However, in parliamentary government, the government provides for two executive or dual executive. That is the real executive and the nominal or titular executive. अब जो nominal executive है that is represented by the head of the state. That is either the elected president or the monarch. However, the real executive is represented by the head of the government, and this is the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers, which means the president cannot act without the consent or aid and advice of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. इसीलिए हम उनको बस nominal executive या titular executive बुलाते हैं. And the real control of the government resides with the Prime Minister along with his Council of Ministers. Now, the next distinction is with respect to the relationship between the executive and legislature. तो अगर हम presidential government की बात करें तो presidential government में it is that system in which the executive is constitutionally independent of the legislature. So there is distinction between the executive, the role of executive and the role of the legislature. However, in a parliamentary government, there is a close relationship between the executive and the legislature. In fact, the member of the executive must be the member of the legislature. The third distinction is with respect to the separation of power. So in presidential government, there is a strict separation of power. The president is not responsible to the legislature and legislature cannot dismiss the president. The secretaries help the president in the administration and they are appointed by him on the basis of ability. So there's no role of legislature in appointment of secretaries also. So the president is completely independent of the legislature. However, in a parliamentary government, there's a close relationship between executive and legislature. Executive is in fact accountable to the legislature and the legislature can pass a vote of no confidence against the government. Which brings us to the fourth distinction, that is with respect to their tenure. So in presidential government, क्योंकि legislature का कोई control नहीं होता, there is fixed tenure. President has a fixed tenure and he cannot be removed by a vote of no confidence. However, in a parliamentary government, there is no fixed tenure and the reason is the term of the government depend on its majority support in the lower house. So अगर government does not win a vote of no confidence, the Council of Ministers will have to resign and accordingly फिर से election conduct कराना होगा and a new government will be formed. So that is the relationship between the executive and the legislature. This brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much. If you like the content, please like, share, comment and subscribe to the YouTube channel.